has three different types: local thresholding, global thresholding, and third one is adaptive or variable thresholding. So this is third type of thresholding which we discuss in this lecture. So already we discussed local thresholding and global thresholding. So what is the difference between these two? So in a local thresholding, it can consider the threshold value as well as it's a predefined property. In a global thresholding, it can consider the only threshold value. Now, third type, here we have to discuss about the third type, and that is variable thresholding. So, as discussed above, in a global thresholding, a single value t is considered. However, if the value of threshold t in a global thresholding, we can consider only single value of t. We can consider only single value of t. So single threshold is considered, and based on that threshold, we can convert the image. We already discussed the example related with this. So based on single threshold value, we can convert our image into the binary image. So that is based on the single thresholding. However, in some situation, if the value of threshold t varies over the image, then it is known as a variable thresholding. But in some situation, the threshold value cannot be uniform for all the image. So in such case, you can say that the thresholding is a variable length thresholding. So if the value of threshold t varies over the image, then it is known as a variable thresholding. So there are two type of variable thresholding. One is local thresholding and second one is adaptive thresholding. So, see, variable thresholding. So, basically, thresholding has three different types, in which local thresholding and adaptive thresholding are type of the variable thresholding, and one another type is a global thresholding. So, this local thresholding and adaptive thresholding, which we discussed. So there are two types of thresholding. One is variable thresholding. Variable thresholding has two types. One is local thresholding and second is adaptive thresholding. So in local thresholding method, the value of t depends upon the neighbor of the pixel. The value of t depends upon the neighbor of the pixel which are being processed, and in adaptive see, as we discussed above, in a global thresholding, a single value of t is considered, whereas in some situation we need to more than a single value of threshold. In such situation, we can have variable thresholding. So, if the value of threshold varies over the image, entire image, then such situation is called as variable thresholding. So, this variable thresholding is of two types. One is local thresholding, another one is adaptive thresholding. Now in local thresholding, this t value depends upon the neighbor of the pixel. T value is depends, or threshold value is depends upon the neighbor of the pixel. And whereas in adaptive thresholding, t is nothing but function of specific coordinates. So these are the very important difference. See, in local thresholding, this t value depends upon the single specific threshold value, and that value will be depends upon the some predefined criteria which is related with the neighbor of the pixel. So that is local thresholding. And when we can consider the adaptive thresholding, this adaptive thresholding generally consists of the value which is related with the pixel coordinates. So the advantage of thresholding based segmentation method are simple to implement, and overall segmentation process is quick and efficient. So we already know this segmentation using the thresholding. So thresholding technique is very simple and it has very low computational cost. That's why this thresholding technique is used by more of the application. So thresholding based segmentation method perform poorly when the image has lots of variation in intensity level. Now, this thresholding technique is not useful in a situation where the intensity value are varies, or all the intensity values are varies, or intensity range are spread over all over the range. So in such situation, we cannot define the groups in the intensity value, and that's why this thresholding technique is not useful in such situation. See, if your histogram will be spread or intensity in histogram will be spread all over the range, in such situation, we cannot use the thresholding based segmentation because the intensity level will be spread all over the range, and that's why we cannot divide that intensity level, and that's why it is a poorly work. Okay, so thresholding based segmentation method perform poorly when the image has lots of variations in the intensity of the pixel. So in such situation, our thresholding technique is not useful. Now in adaptive thresholding, so local thresholding we already discussed. Now next thresholding technique is adaptive thresholding. So in some situations, factors such as uneven illumination can transfer a perfectly segmentation histogram into the histogram that cannot be partitioned effectively by using global threshold. Now consider that if when we can take the image at that time, there will be not a correct or perfect illumination. So in such situation, when we can capture image and when we want to convert that image into the histogram, that histogram cannot be divided according to the single global threshold value. Okay, so in such situation, our image will be or intensity value will be spread all over the range. Okay, so factors such as uneven illumination can transfer our histogram which are not correctly divided using global thresholding value. So as we discussed in a previous graph, मागच्या याच्यात आपण दोन ग्राफ दाखवले होते बघा, एका ग्राफ मध्ये दोनच सेक्शन होते आणि एका ग्राफ मध्ये तीन होते. तर समजा अनइवन म्हणजे जर त्या पर्टिक्युलर फोटो कॅप्चर करताना जर सूर्यप्रकाश प्रॉपर नसेल किंवा त्याच्यावर प्रकाश प्रॉपर नसेल तर ती इमेज प्रॉपर येणार नाही आणि त्याचा हिस्टोग्राम आपल्याला जर हिस्टोग्राम क्रिएट केला तर त्या हिस्टोग्राम मध्ये दोन सेक्शन आपल्याला सिंगल थ्रेशोल्ड न दोन सेक्शन करता येणार नाही. सो इन सच सिच्युएशन an approach for handling such situation is divide our original image into the sub image and then utilize different threshold for the different sub image. So in such situation, when we cannot divide our entire image into the single threshold or using the global threshold value, in such situation we can use sub image section. Means we can divide our image into the sub image, and for each sub image we can use the separate threshold, and that technique is known as a adaptive thresholding. So in this adaptive thresholding we can consider the coordinate based thresholding. Means coordinate 0 to 0, 0 to 100 100 we can use X threshold. From 101 to 101 to 200 we can use the Y1 threshold. So for each section, for each type of coordinates we can use the different threshold, and that's why it is called as adaptive thresholding. So adaptive thresholding is based on the coordinates. So an approach for handling such uneven or which cannot be global thresholding, in such situation we can divide our image into the sub images and then we can apply a threshold for a separate section. So utilize different threshold to segment of such image. So the key issue in this approach are how to divide the image and how to estimate the threshold for each subsection. So in this situation, two important thing is how to divide the image, or how we can divide the image and how we can identify the threshold for the specific section. So this is important point. So since the threshold used for each pixel depends on the location of the pixel in terms of same image, this type of thresholding is called as adaptive thresholding. So in this situation or in this type, for each type of pixel or for each type of region, for each type of sub image we can use the different threshold value, and that's why, and this different threshold value is based on the pixel coordinate to pixel coordinate, and that's why it is known as adaptive thresholding. So following is one of the important example. Now consider that this is our original image. Now in this image, see, there is uneven illumination. Due to this uneven illumination, some part will be dark, some part will be white, or some situation be white. So in this situation, how we can use the thresholding, how we can use the segmentation. So in this part, now see, this is our image A. So image A is the original image. Now this image B is the result of global thresholding. So in this image, if we can use the global threshold value, so for example 100 or 200, whatever may be. So when we have to convert global threshold value means single threshold value which is useful for all entire image. So when we have to convert this image into binary image using the global threshold, this image will be appear. Now consider that third part. Now in this case, this is not proper section. Now see, here we cannot identify the shape of this object, or we cannot identify the particular segment or particular part. So that's why this is not good technique for the this type of image. आता याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला हा प्रॉपर शेप दिसतोय का किंवा सेगमेंट दिसतोय का नाही. सो अशा पद्धतीच्या एक्झाम्पलला किंवा अशा पद्धतीच्या इमेजला दिस ग्लोबल थ्रेशोल्डिंग टेक्निक इज नॉट युजफुल. नाउ इन दिस सिच्युएशन what will be, so next technique is adaptive thresholding. So in adaptive thresholding we can divide the image into number of different sub images. So there are number of sub images. So consider this image. So this image is divided into 16 sub images, 1 2 3 4 4 5 this 8 12 and 16. So this image is divided into 16 sub images, and then for each section, for each section we can use different threshold value. For each section we can use the different threshold value, and after that we can get this image. Now in this image we can clearly visible the shape, clearly visible this type of shape. Okay, so result of this adaptive thresholding. Okay, now so figure A shows the image which we conclude could not be threshold effectively with a single threshold value. So in fact figure B shows the threshold binary image having the global threshold value. Now one approach to reduce the effect of non-uniform illumination is to subdivide the image into the smaller sub image. Okay, so see, this will be, means our original image is divided into sub images. Okay, so one approach is reduce the effect of non-uniform illumination is to subdivide the image into the smaller sub images such that illumination of each sub image is approximately uniform. So illumination of this image will be approximately equal. So figure C shows the partition obtained by subdividing the image into the 4 equal parts, then subdividing each part into 4 again. See, that means here we can divide first this subsection. See, we can first divide the 4 different parts of the image. This is. Then again we can, each part will be divided into again this will be another part. In some situation again we have to divide this part. Okay, so these are the techniques to subdivide the images. So according to that we can divide the images into the number of different sub images. Okay, so all the sub images that could not contain boundary between the object and background has variance less than 75. Now here see, some images doesn't contain some boundary, some images. So this is the one image, this is sub image, this is sub image, this is sub image. So some images doesn't consist of boundary. Okay, so some images doesn't consist of boundary. In this situation or in this sub images, the value or the threshold value is less than 75. But in some images the value of the some boundary will be appear, and in this situation the value of threshold will be considered as 100. For example, this area, this area, this area, this area. Okay, so here, so all the sub images that does not contain the boundary between object and background had variance less than 75, and all other sub images contains the boundaries has variance exceeds of 100. So there are two different types of thresholding. One is 75, another one is 100. So each sub image with the variance greater than 100 was segmented with the threshold computing for the sub image using the algorithm which we discussed in a previous lecture. Same concept, म्हणजे पाठीमागच्या लेक्चर मध्ये जसं आपण कन्सेप्ट वापरली, अल्गोरिदम वापरला की ज्या अल्गोरिदम मधून आपण थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू काढली आणि त्या थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू नुसार परत T0 T1 काढून कॅल्क्युलेशन करून 2 ग्रुप करून ज्या पद्धतीने आपण थ्रेशोल्ड काढला तशा पद्धतीचा अल्गोरिदम अगेन वी हॅव टू apply. So each sub image with variance greater than 100 was segmented with the threshold computed for the sub image using the algorithm which are discussed in a previous section. The initial value of t in such a case or in each case selected as a point midway between minimum and maximum value. So as like in a previous example, so how we can define the initial threshold? So for that purpose we can take the minimum value, maximum value and average value. So that is midway value in this case. So same concept is applied in this here in this image. So all sub images with variance less than 100 was treated as one composite image which was segmented using single threshold using the same algorithm. The result of segmented using this procedure is shown B. Now according to that म्हणजे आपण दोन पद्धतीचे थ्रेशोल्ड वापरले, एक 75 आणि एक 100 वापरला आणि त्या पद्धतीने अल्गोरिदम इम्प्लिमेंट केला. So after implementation of this algorithm we can get the figure D that clearly visible the background border of the particular object. So with the expectation of two sub images we can see the improvement between B and D. So in D image will be clearly see. So when we can compare with these two images, because these two images are applying threshold binary images. So this image will be clearly visible image or clearly segmented image according to our original image. Okay. So the boundary between object and background in each of the improperly segmented sub image was small and dark. The resulting histogram was almost unimodal. Due to high computational complexity, adaptive thresholding is not suitable for real life application. Now see, in this adaptive thresholding we can do the more calculation. बघा simple thresholding, global thresholding आणि adaptive thresholding मध्ये फरक काय होतो? So in adaptive thresholding we can do the different threshold value. We can use the different threshold value for the different sub images. So that's why as more sub images we can have more calculation, and that's why there will be more computational cost required. So that's why this adaptive thresholding is not applicable for the most of the application. Most of the application मध्ये हे वापरलं जात नाही. Now so these are the part of the first, that is discontinuity based सेगमेंटेशन. म्हणजे आपण डिसकंटिन्युटी बेस्ड सेगमेंटेशन मध्ये हा पार्ट बघितला. म्हणजे डिसकंटिन्युटी बेस्ड सेगमेंटेशन मध्ये आपण काय बघितलं? सो देर आर 3 बेसिक पार्ट ऑफ डिसकंटिन्युटी बेस्ड. वन इज लाईन डिटेक्शन, अनदर विल बी पॉइंट डिटेक्शन, अँड थर्ड वन इज इम्पॉर्टंट एज डिटेक्शन, आणि त्यानंतर आपण थ्रेशोल्डिंग बघितलं. सो दीज 4 पार्ट्स विल बी कवर्ड इन अ डिसकंटिन्युटी बेस. सो डिसकंटिन्युटी मध्ये आपण तीन महत्वाचे सब टाइप बघितले, आणि चौथा महत्वाचा सब टाइप म्हणजे थ्रेशोल्डिंग बेस सेगमेंटेशन. थ्रेशोल्डिंग मध्ये पण परत 3 टाइप आहेत. वन इज ग्लोबल थ्रेशोल्डिंग, अनदर वन इज लोकल थ्रेशोल्डिंग, अँड थर्ड वन इज आवर अडॅप्टिव्ह थ्रेशोल्डिंग. अशा पद्धतीने हे 3 पार्ट आपण बघितले. म्हणजे टोटली आपण discontinuity based मध्ये आपण 6 different techniques we have to discuss. One is point detection technique, another one is line detection technique, third one is age detection technique, then in thresholding, global thresholding, local thresholding and adaptive thresholding. So these 6 different parts which we discuss in a discontinuity based segmentation. Now in this discontinuity based segmentation we already discussed one example which is related with the thresholding. Now there will be another example which is used to find the point based detection or line based detection. We first explain or first show that example, and then we can go to the next segmentation technique, that is region based segmentation. Okay, so now another part is, there is one example, line detection example. Now so this is line detection example. Now we have to give one. Now here this is our image. Now we have to identify whether this image contains the point, whether this image contains the line, or which type of line. It may be horizontal line, vertical line, 45-degree line, or -45-degree line. So we can detect this using the mask. आपण बघा की लाईन डिटेक्शन मध्ये हे हा सगळा बघितलेला आहे. ओके, ह्याचं इम्प्लिमेंटेशन कसं करायचं, तर हे इम्प्लिमेंटेशन बघा की आपल्याला कसं एक्झाम्पल दिलं असतं. गिवन थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू दिलेली आहे. सो व्हॉट इज द थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू 500 ही थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू दिली आहे. फाइंड वेदर अ पॉइंट horizontal line, vertical line, 45 degree line or minus 45 degree line exist in a following image segment. ह्या इमेज मध्ये आपल्याला ह्यापैकी काय आहे, पॉइंट आहे, हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन आहे, व्हर्टिकल लाईन आहे, की 45 डिग्री लाईन आहे किंवा मायनस 45 डिग्री लाईन आहे, हे आपल्याला चेक करायचंय. तर त्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल. सो दिस इज द इमेज विच आर गिवन हिअर. आपल्याला ही इमेज दिलेली आहे. नाउ हिअर सी हिअर दिस विल बी मास्क विच आर गिवन. आपल्याला हे 4 मास्क आपल्याला माहित आहे, आपण त्या ह्याच्यात बघितलेला आहे. तर हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन असेल तर हा मास्क असतो, व्हर्टिकल लाईन असेल तर हा मास्क असतो, समजा 45 डिग्री असेल तर हा मास्क असतो, आणि मायनस 45 डिग्री असेल तर हा मास्क असतो. म्हणजे इथं बघा जी लाईन आहे त्या लाईनचा कोइफिशियंट किंवा त्या लाईनची व्हॅल्यू वेट मोर आहे. सो ही हा हॉरिझॉन्टल मास्क आहे. हॉरिझॉन्टल मास्क मध्ये हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईनचा जो सेंटर लाईन आहे त्याचा मास्कची व्हॅल्यू हायर आहे. इथं बघा व्हर्टिकल मास्क मध्ये, व्हर्टिकल लाईन मध्ये किंवा ह्या मास्क मध्ये इथं जी आपण लाईन चेक करणार आहे त्याचा कोइफिशियंट हायर आहे. ह्या लाईन मध्ये हा 45 मायनस 45 आहे, हा कोइफिशियंट हायर आहे. नाउ वी हॅव टू यूज दिस मास्क टू डिटेक्ट द लाईन्स, वेअर ॲज दिस मास्क इज यूज फॉर द पॉइंट डिटेक्शन. हा मास्क पॉइंट डिटेक्शनला. मग 4 असेल तर इथं मग काय, इथं जर 4 असेल तर इथं -1 -1 -1 -1 हे पार्ट 0 असतील. ओके, म्हणजे पॉइंट डिटेक्शनला आपण कुठला वापरणं, आयदर हा मास्क वापरू शकता किंवा इथं 4 घेतलं तर इथं 0 असणार आहे, इथं 0 असणार आहे, इथं 0 असणार आहे आणि इथं 0 असणार आहे. हे -1 -1 -1 -1 अशा पद्धतीने. तर हे दोन कुठलाही मास्क, ह्याला लॅप्लासियन मास्क म्हटलं जातं. तर ह्या मास्कचा यूज करून तुम्ही पॉइंट, म्हणजे तुम्हाला असं विचारलं जाऊ शकतं, गिवन अ थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू समथिंग, फाइंड whether point will be available in image segment using the Laplacian mask असं विचारलं. सो लॅप्लासियन मास्क म्हणले की ह्या पद्धतीने मास्क असेल. लाईन चेक करायचं म्हणलं की हा मास्क वापरायचा. सो आता आपण पहिला लाईन डिटेक्शन करूया, लाईनच्या रिलेटेड. सो पहिला आपण हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन डिटेक्शन करूया. सो इन दिस केस आता ही इमेज आणि हे हॉरिझॉन्टल मास्क आहे. सो वी नो दॅट द फॉर्म्युला आर. सो आर इज इक्वल टू, आर काय आहे बघा, आपल्याला इथं फॉर्म्युलामध्ये आपण डायरेक्ट जाऊ. सो हिअर आर इज इक्वल टू W1 Z1 W2 Z2 प्लस W3 Z3 अप टू W9 Z9, त्या सगळ्याची सम करायची. ओके, सो हिअर W1 दिस, Z1 दिस, सो -1 इंटू 71. ओके, म्हणजे किती झालं, 101 -171. देन -30 इंटू 1. So this is W1, this is W2. So similarly this is Z2. So multiplication, म्हणजे हे प्रत्येक कोइफिशियंट हा इथे ठेवला की मल्टिप्लिकेशन केला. So what is the result? So it will be -171 -30 -89 प्लस, आता दुसरी लाईन काय आहे बघा, दिस इज अ, बघा इथं दुसरी लाईन आपण चालू आहे. आता इथं W4 Z4 आहे. W4 म्हणजे 62 into 2, 136 into 2 and 90 into 2. They all are positive value. So 124 plus 274 plus 80. Then third negative value. So when we can do the sum of these all, we can get the -55 and we can take the absolute value of this. So it will be 55. हे -55 चं कन्वर्शन कसं झालं, 55 मध्ये झालं. ओके, सो दिस इज अवर +55 म्हणजे पॉझिटिव्ह व्हॅल्यू झाली. ओके, ऍब्सोल्यूट घेतल्यामुळे पॉझिटिव्ह झाली. नाउ वी कॅन चेक दिस व्हॅल्यू इज लेस दॅन ऑर ग्रेटर दॅन द थ्रेशोल्ड व्हॅल्यू. सो 55 ही 500 पेक्षा काय आहे, लहान आहे का मोठी आहे? सो लहान आहे. सो R1 इज लेस दॅन T. सो हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन डझंट एक्झिस्ट. जर ती व्हॅल्यू थ्रेशोल्ड पेक्षा मोठी असेल, सो वी कॅन से दॅट पर्टिक्युलर लाईन विल बी एक्झिस्ट. आता इथं 550 असतं तर आपण काय म्हणलं असतं, हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन एक्झिस्ट. सेम in plus 45 degree there will be another mask we can use, and when we can do all the summation, sum of product, then we can get -98. And when this is -98 convert to 98 because this is absolute value. So same concept we have to use, whether this value is less than or greater than T. So if the value is less than t, the line doesn't exist. If greater than t, line exists. So या ठिकाणी बघा 98 हे 500 पेक्षा लहान आहे. So that means R2 is less than t, so plus 45 degree line doesn't exist. Same thing we can use the vertical line. Vertical line चं पण कॅल्क्युलेशन केलं. Vertical line मध्ये किती आलं? 370 आलं. So 370 ही 500 पेक्षा लहान आहे. So that means this vertical line doesn't exist. Same concept. आता -45 डिग्री वापरला. सो वेन वी कॅन यूज द -45, दॅट इज फोर्थ मास्क, चौथा मास्क वापरला. आपली टोटल व्हॅल्यू किती आली? 632. नाउ व्हॉट इज दिस व्हॅल्यू? सो दिस व्हॅल्यू इज ग्रेटर दॅन, सो इथं चुकलं बघा, ग्रेटर दॅन 500. सो इन दिस केस वी कॅन से दॅट दिस म्हणजे 634 500 पेक्षा मोठा आहे. सो इथं आपला टाईप करताना चुकलेलं आहे. सो इट इज ग्रेटर दॅन दिस टी. So that's why the 45 line exists. Okay, 45 degree line exists. म्हणजे ही जर 500 पेक्षा मोठी असेल तरच ही एक्झिस्ट होते, अदरवाइज एक्झिस्ट होत नाही. तर ह्यामध्ये आपल्याला असं लिहावं लागेल. इथं आता हे लिहिताना चुकले, कॉपी पेस्ट झाल्यामुळे 632 which is greater than 500, that is R4 is greater than T, so -45 degree line exists. Okay, because the value is greater than t. t पेक्षा जास्त व्हॅल्यू आहे, त्यामुळे ही व्हॅल्यू जास्त असल्यामुळे लाईन एक्झिस्ट आहे. एक्झाम्पल लक्षात आलं का? हॅलो हॅलो.
हो सर.
आणि पॉइंट बेसचं पण सेम कॅल्क्युलेशन करायचं. सो सेम कॅल्क्युलेशन केल्यानंतर इफ द व्हॅल्यू इज ग्रेटर दॅन 500, वी कॅन से दॅट पॉइंट विल बी डिटेक्टेड, अदरवाइज नो पॉइंट विल बी डिटेक्टेड. सो दिस इज अवर line detection. Now in the next lecture we discuss region based segmentation. आता हे discontinuity based segmentation चा पार्ट झाला. आता दुसरा पार्ट जो आहे region based segmentation